What's going on, guys? This is Vince with vshred.com, and in today's video I'm going to take you through my full shoulder workout. Alright, so like I said, I'm going to take you through my full shoulder workout. This is just the workout that I am currently doing for my shoulders. I always like changing it up and trying different exercises, different rep ranges, different rest times, but this is going to be a great workout that you can try out for building out your shoulders. And this is really going to be focusing on your deltoids. It's really going to be focusing on the lateral head, the front head, the rear, and then just your shoulders in general, so that you can really build those 3D delts that pop out and give you that nice aesthetic figure. So before you actually get into the workout, I always recommend warming up. I personally just like doing some really light shoulder press movements. Really light, I'm talking 5, maybe 10 pounds, and literally just going through the motion and try to get your joints and your muscles warmed up a little bit, get the blood flowing a little bit. Then I like to do a little bit of rotator cuff things, where I just rotate my arms outward and then stick my arms up and rotate them forward and back, and just again helping to warm up the shoulder so that you don't injure yourself when you get into the workout. So after you do that, one thing that I really like to do, and the first thing that you're going to be doing for this workout, is actually doing some pre-exhaustion lateral raises. So you're going to get some pretty light weight here. You're not trying to load up too early because you could end up injuring your shoulder, but what this is going to do is help to pre-exhaust the outer head of your deltoid. And so what that's going to do is help you with better stimulus, better activation of that muscle later on, or just throughout the entire workout, and make sure that you just completely fatigue it throughout your entire workout by starting out with something that is heavily focused on that. So we're going to do 3 sets of 10 with the lateral raises. And with the lateral raises, one thing that you really want to watch out for is the fact that you are trying to just work the deltoid. You're not really trying to activate the traps. So bringing them up too high is actually going to engage a kind of shrugging motion, which is going to be engaging those traps rather than the deltoid. So one thing that I really make sure that I do is not go any higher than shoulder level. And also I focus on my elbows here, not actually what is in my hand, not the weights themselves, but what my elbows are doing in relation to my shoulder. So trying to get your elbow, typically I have my elbow higher than my hand, just because if you're pulling up your elbow, you're going to be hitting your deltoid, and if you stop at shoulder level, you're really going to be isolating that as much as you possibly can. So 3 sets of that, and then we're going to move into shoulder presses. So with the shoulder presses, what we're going to be going for is 4 sets, and we're going to go pyramid style training, where we're going to be bumping up in weight each set. So the first set we're going to go for 12 reps. This next set, we're going to bump up a little bit. We're going to go for 10 reps. The third set, we're going to bump up a weight a little bit. We're going to go for 8 reps. And the fourth and final set, we're going to bump weight up again, and we're going to go for 5 to 6 reps. The last one should by far be the heaviest and should by far be the hardest. You should really struggle to get those 5 to 6 reps. And one form tip I will say about the shoulder press is that a lot of people end up flaring their elbows much more than they really should, and going down lower than they really should. One thing that I find that happens to me when I go down super low on the shoulder press is my elbows actually start to hurt, because I'm just putting too much unnecessary pressure on my elbows from going so low. So what actually helps me is stopping just below 90 degrees, and it also helps to keep tension on my shoulders throughout the entire exercise. And also, like I said about flaring, I'd like to press my elbows forward a little bit, just because it helps to target my deltoids a little bit better. So 4 sets at that. And after you got the shoulder presses done, we're gonna move into bent over dumbbell face pulls. So this is going to be a variation to just like a face pull with a cable. When you pull the cable into your face, and it's going to be a great rear delt and also rhomboid exercise, which is basically just the lower portion of what you would call your traps. So it's going to be working the back side of your shoulders. A great exercise. We're going to be doing the same thing here. We're going to go 4 sets, but instead of going super heavy, you're going to be focusing more on form, because this is one that I don't want you going too heavy on and then end up just having shit form. You really want to focus on having really clean form with this, because you can easily be going too heavy and not really realize it and not get the most out of the exercise. So what we're going to be doing is, like I said, 4 sets, but then we're going to go 15, 12, 10, 8. So it's just going to be slightly different. We're still going to work up in the pyramid scheme, but you're going to fatigue a little faster here, so you might not be jumping up in weight each time, but your reps may be going down. If you do the first rep and you have you do knock out 12, but you could have done more, then you do need to be bumping up weight. But if you do 12 and you really struggle to get 12, stay at that weight and go for 10, then possibly bump up and go for 8, depending on what you got to do. But what you really want to focus on is the movement of your elbows here. So you don't just want to bend over and be bouncing and just kind of pulling with your wrist. If you pull up with your wrist, what's going to happen is you're going to be working your biceps. You really want to focus on pulling outward with your elbow. That way you can actually work that rear delt muscle. And also, you don't just want to pull into your chest, because you're going to be working a lot of your back muscles rather than your actual shoulder. So you want to actually try to pull with your elbows forward and actually pull up towards your face. Hence the name Dumbbell Face Pulls. So like I said, 4 sets of that, and we'll move into the next exercise. And after the dumbbell bent over face pulls, we're going to be moving into dumbbell upright rows. So it's actually going to be a very similar exercise, but instead of focusing mostly on the rear delts, we're going to be focusing mostly on the medial head of the deltoid, so the outer head, and then also a little bit of the anterior or the front head of the deltoid. So same thing here, you want to focus on where your elbows are as far as the positioning during the exercise. You don't want to be pulling this weight forward and up and bending at the elbows and just using your bicep for it. You don't want to be doing a ugly ass curl. Instead, what you want to be doing is focusing on your elbows coming forward at an angle just like so, rather than pulling up like this. Elbows always should be higher than your wrists. That way you're getting as much deltoid activation as possible. Same thing, we're gonna go 4 sets, and I'm gonna again go for 15, 12, 10, 8, maybe bump up weight each time if you need to. If you don't push yourself to bump up weight each time, just do what you're capable of doing. So we'll do 4 sets of that, and then we'll move on. And after the dumbbell upright rows, we're gonna move into dumbbell front raises. So we're gonna be finishing off the workout. It's gonna be the last exercise, finishing off with a front delt burner. So this is really going to work on that anterior delt, just basically this little separation line that you can get. Maybe I can get it to show from, I'm not sure how to get it to show, but basically separating your pec and your deltoid. This is really going to help achieve that 3D delt look, to give you that nice round overall depth of your deltoid, how it looks. So this is going to be a great exercise for that. We're going to do the same thing, 4 exercises, and we're going to, typically I like to stay with the same weight for all 4 sets, just because towards the end of the workout you're going to be really fatigued. So bumping up weight 4 times or 3 times, I guess, with something like a front raise, which is an extreme isolated movement, it's going to be quite difficult, because you should be quite fatigued by the time this exercise rolls around. So I typically like just finishing off with maybe 25, 30-pound dumbbells and really focusing on form. The same thing, you want to focus on where your elbow is compared to your body. You're not trying to lift this weight up and bring the weight up super high. You're trying to actually focus on where your elbow is and bringing your elbow forward rather than actually bringing it up, because if you bring it up, you're going to be doing a lot of shrugging. You're going to be working a lot of that trap muscle. So instead, if you press your shoulder down and push your elbow forward, that's when you're going to be hitting a lot of that front delt and getting the most out of the exercise. So 4 sets of this, and then we'll wrap it up. So if you're looking for a shoulder workout to try out, one that's going to absolutely crush all areas of your shoulders, try this one out. Let me know what you think about it. If you are looking for more help with getting in shape, whether that be to lower your body fat percentage, build muscle, and you're just looking for something that is going to be catered to your body, I do have a free body type quiz where it tells you the type of diet and the type of training that you need to do for whatever your specific goals are. You can check that out by clicking the link down in the description below this video. Other than that, if you guys like this video, make sure you're clicking the thumbs up button below, leaving any comments, questions, concerns, topic recommendations down in the comment section below. And last but not least, make sure you guys are smashing that subscribe button and joining the vshred fam here on YouTube. Got new videos coming to you all the time. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one.